Alright, what I have here is around 5 pounds of ground sirloin. Use whatever ground beef you have. No judgment, we don't judge. We just love each other. Be proud of ourselves that we're feeding food for our loved ones and family and friends. So I'm going to go ahead and put it inside of here, and we're just going to make quick hamburger patties. This just saves a little bit of time. Why not? So I'm just going to break it up a little bit. And I am going to season the meat some. Let me wash my hands real quick. Alright, you can put as much seasoning as you want to put in. I'm planning on using some garlic salt. I just really love this stuff. I got some at my brother's place. And remember, this is around 5 pounds. And you don't have to have specific measurements, because you can put in as much or as little as you want. I just put in 1 tablespoon. And I think I'm going to do 1 tablespoon and a half. And go ahead and mix that up. Ooh. And then also, before I did the video, I have some freezer paper here. Let me see if I can show you. It's freezer paper. Some freezer paper that my husband had gotten. So I'm planning on using this to separate the burgers from each other. And if you don't have freezer paper, use parchment paper. You can separate out your burgers. And I'm just mixing it up good. And I'm wondering, instead of mixing it with my hand, maybe I'll mix it some with my hamburger thing. Well, not really good. It's mainly good for breaking apart the meat after it's been cooked. But it was worth a shot. So you're gonna have to do this by hand. Wear gloves if you don't like touching the meat. And it will be cold, so you may have to switch hands. So anyway, that's mixed pretty good. Alright. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the meat aside. And here's the freezer meat here. What I did is I made a couple of strips like these out of it. And I'm just going to put the patties on it and make the burgers. But before I do that, I have my hamburger press here that I'm going to be using. Yep, you can see it good. Alright, and it's nice because it's a double hamburger press. And when you get done flattening it out, you can take it out. So let's get started. There we go. And I have 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to start off with 1/4 of a cup to see if that's good enough. And it's not leveled off really, you know, so it's kind of a hefty 1 cup. And then kind of mix it out. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. So I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to take it out because I'm just, for measurement's sake, I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup. That looks good. 1/3 of a cup. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm just pressing it on out. Filling it in. And this will make it so that when we need to cook burgers, we can just have them ready. I'm just squeezing it. Oops. Hold that down. And there we go. And the burgers will pop right on out. I could have made it thicker, but I think that's good enough. And then I'm just putting it on the parchment paper. And how I'm going to do it on the parchment paper, I have it on here. Now that I have this one on here, what I'm going to do, well, I could just flip it. I think I will do that. I'll just wash the scissors. Let me use the scissors and cut it. Because what I was going to do is just overlap it. What I mean by overlap it is just go like this, and then there it is. But instead of doing that, I think I'm just going to cut it and form fit it. And then I have the other one there. there we go. So let me get going. And nothing that can make it quicker is to use a spatula to get it out. I flip it like that and then just use a spatula kind of to give it that pull out and put it on. So let me go ahead and let's start making some more. And then now that we figured that out, it should go a lot faster. Because now I don't have to do the measurements. I know I'm going to use basically the 1/3 of a cup. A hefty 1/3 of a cup. And I'm not making them super, super thick. But it's a preference. Make it however you want to, you know? We're just getting tips from each other. There's my pressure cooker so I can set my timer. That's when you know it's come to pressure, just so you know. For your pressure cooker or your canner. Done. I'm going to go ahead and put them aside. What I think I'm going to do is cut the paper in half and cut it in half again. I'm going to put that on there for the next burger. That on there, and then I'll be back and set the timer. Alright, so I'll do one more load and then I'll finish it up by myself and we'll be back. Smooth it on out. Press on it, hold it down and take it off. Slide it on out. Now when it's thicker, a lot of times I don't have to use my spatula to slide it out. But that's alright. I'm just putting the paper down and going. This is what we got so far. Not bad, right? And the thing is, I'm going to go ahead and freeze these. They're already seasoned, ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up. We'll be back. So in total, to make these patties out of 5 pounds of meat, it took me approximately around 12 minutes, 13 minutes to get this done, measured out, and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put these aside. You can use regular freezer bags and just kind of stack them in, or however you want to lay them in. And these are just real quick burgers, already seasoned, and they are ready to go. These seasoned hamburgers. Brilliant. So I'm going to go ahead and put this inside the refrigerator or freezer. But before I do that, always, always, always label. So I'm going to go ahead and put the date on it, and I am going to go ahead and say use it within 2 months. You probably could do longer, but I'm just going to say 2 months just because I'm going to say 2 months. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be gone within this month. But you can look it up and always check and see. So 3, 16, 15, 3, 16, 15. And I'm not going to put hamburger patties because, you know, we can see it, we know. And if you listen to the background, you can hear it coming to pressure. It's going to start rattling soon. That's my canner. Alright, well there we go. We're done. So we're just going to put that in the freezer and we got our burgers. Yes! And in total, so maybe around 20 minutes. Probably a little less than that, but around 20 minutes. So there we go. And before I go, I always like to say on behalf of your friends, family, and loved ones, thank you. Thanks for all the hard work you do. We appreciate you. Take care and God bless.